What's up, guys? Good to see you all again. All right, I'm on the road right now recording on a laptop, so apologies in advance if the sound is not up to scratch. But I'll try my best. Hopefully the sound levels are good. I've been playing a bunch of Breya this evening and felt like I had a bunch of games that were worth recording, and people seem to really enjoy the last round of Breya videos. So in that same vein, I felt like continuing. This match was played, I think, yesterday against the dreaded Darth Sidious. Playing Korvold, Fae-Cursed King, actually. Last time I played this commander, it kicked my ass. And, yeah, I would have recorded a video about it, actually, but unfortunately the video dies about halfway through. But it was nightmarish to face, honestly. It was just this weird game where I kind of ground the guy down early on. Multiple times throughout the game, I felt like I was kind of in a winning position, but never quite really in a commanding winning position. He was just able to regenerate his hand over and over and over again, just rebuilding constantly. And eventually I just kind of ran out of resources and got one shot by it. So for a Grixis-style commander, it's not Grixis, what am I saying? It's Jund. For Jund-style commander, it's actually really, really effective and powerful because it kind of hits all the notes. Again, it's card advantage wrapped up into a big building threat. And surprisingly strong. I don't think black, red, green is the best color combos, obviously, because it doesn't have blue. But that said, it can do a lot of kind of blue-based things. I'm running Breya, same deck as before. Again, if you want the deck list for the deck I'm using in this series of videos, you can always email me at brianweissman88@gmail.com, and I'll respond with the deck list as quickly as I can. So, kicking off this first game, I am going first. I have a very, very solid hand. Not ultimately the best, but I've got the ability to, Imperial Seal turn 1 for mana acceleration. I've got Mana Drain into Treachery, a little bit useless Muddle Mixture, and a little shy on lands, but Imperial Seal should solve that problem in short order. This is an auto keep, no question. I love having Vindicate at the beginning of the game because it just gives me the ability potentially to wipe out an early Crypt or Soul Ring before it gets out of hand, even Sylvan Library. So I'm going to Imperial Seal here. And since people enjoy trying to guess what I would seal for, obviously there's the whole deck laid out in front of you. Lots of good choices. I'll give you a few minutes or a few seconds to think about it. If you look at my hand, actually, my hand isn't really made better or solved by any type of fast artifact mana. Normally, when you're tutoring for Crypt or Soul Ring, it's because you already have the colors that you need. And in this case, I don't have all the colors I need. So that kind of means that I really have to just tutor for something that makes every color a mana. And that just simply means using Imperial Seal to get Command Tower. It's a little unfortunate because it means that I'm not going to be able to Mana Drain turn 2, but it will guarantee that I'm able to Vindicate turn 3 if he doesn't kill my mana, and should be well set up from there to hit a fetch land or something and cast Breya. Alright, what is Darth Sidious up to? Yeah, the guy that I played against just did crazy nightmarish things against me. He, the first guy, I was actually in a totally solid position, and he cast Wheel of Fortune, which I let resolve, and I mystical. He led with, I think, a Soul Ring. I had Mystical Tutor into a Vandal Blast, but he cast Wheel of Fortune, and I Mystical Tutor in response for Vandal Blast, and he went totally tapped out. He went Mox Diamond Carpet of Flowers, and I had one blue mana source in play already, and 2 more in my hand, and I just had no way of getting around the Carpet of Flowers. Stopping the Soul Ring didn't even really do anything. I just could never deprive him of mana. And I thought his deck was really cool, actually. It used the Sacrifice outlet, lots of treasures and things like that to pump up his commander and draw cards. It's a pretty awesome deck, actually. So he's just fetching main step. I'm not really sure why, unless he's planning on doing Vampiric Tutor, but I think this is just silly to do. It just invites Wastelands and Strip Mines and so on. All right, I'm going to just play the Volcanic Island since there's no reason to play Command Tower yet. He sacks Windswept Heath. I'm a little sad about having the inability to Mana Drain, but then it just has a come into play tap Stomping Ground, so not bad. All right. Narset, that's very interesting. So in this situation, I probably almost certainly would have just, I would have cast Vindicate, and I probably would have killed Bayou since that's the first land that he fetched, and be up 3 mana to 1. But drawing Narset's really good, particularly because I really need to draw into artifact mana, and or some kind of card like Tithe, or maybe just Impulse, Brainstorm, etc. Some way of Ponder, Preordain, some way to get to my 4th mana source and get that Breya online before his Dragon comes down. So with that in mind, I feel like the turn 3 play is probably safe enough, and I'm just going to play Narset here. Hope to get some form of mana. He responds by casting Vampiric Tutor. Okay, I kind of expected that. I'm thinking, man, if I hit Mana Crypt here and he gets Mana Crypt off his Vampire Tutor and plays his Dragon, he's going to be a sad panda. All right. Ooh, interesting. Okay, so there's Tithe. Merchant Scroll is very nice, but there's also Duretti. And Duretti is amazing, honestly. Duretti is just a really, really good commander, or I'm sorry, planeswalker against decks that are really built around building up and going all in on their commander. And the ability to just continuously destroy their commander over and over and over again with Duretti is pretty sick. So with that in mind, as much as I would love to be able to cast Tithe here, I don't feel like Tithe really furthers my game plan all that much. And I feel like I have time between the Mana Drain and the Vindicate that I can actually wait a little bit. And getting Duretti online feels to me like the right play. Plus, I'm not going to be able to Tithe for 2 lands for 2 more turns. And just tithing for 1 land is just not good enough, I think, versus just hopefully topping it. Particularly because there were no lands in the top 4 there as well, increasing the chances that there are, in fact, more lands on top of my deck. I actually realized that this recording bar is there. Let's get that out of the way. All right, what did you tutor for? Darth Sidious. Okay. Well, if he doesn't have another play here, it's going to look pretty bad. All right, well, that's definitely a play. Oh, God, don't mind twist me. Okay, it's just Liliana. Just Liliana, the slow mind twist. So, making us both discard. This is incredibly strong against his commander, even though I can't play it. Vindicate seems way too good, obviously, because he's got Soul Ring. Well, Soul Ring can be handled by Duretti. And that was another reason why I wanted to take Duretti. I sort of anticipated that his Vampire Tutor would get Crypt or Soul Ring, which would make Duretti a hell of a lot more powerful. And Mana Drain is too good, and that just leaves Muddled Mixture as the card to discard. Let's see what he throws away. He throws away a Mountain. Right? It's fine. Rebuild my hand a little bit with Narset. This thing is so insanely good. Thran Dynamo. Alright, well, now I really, really want to hit Crypt or Soul Ring. Skull Clamp, Leak, and 2 good lands. Alright, well, Skull Clamp obviously has incredible synergy with Duretti and with my commander, but I can't really afford to screw around with that right now. I gotta just take Mana Leak, and probably just pass the turn here. Reason I'm doing this is because I fully expect him to just tap to play his Dragon next turn, and I guess he does. I do have to reveal the Mana Drain. That's the only problem here. I guess that would have been an argument to actually take Skull Clamp, because by revealing Mana Drain, it just means he's a lot less likely to just run his Dragon out into my counter magic, and that means that the Mana Drain is a lot less good. Because if you were to tap out and play his Dragon, I could Mana Drain, get 5 mana, play Thran Dynamo for free, and play Duretti, and still have Mana Leak mana, which would just be crazy. And yeah, it's not gonna work out when I'm just holding the Mana Drain. So it may have been a mistake to actually keep the Mana Drain. Probably made more sense to just take Skull Clamp, maybe throw that away, and play the Duretti. All right, Prowling Serpapod. Well, that's a full punish for sitting here on Mana Drain and Mana Leak. He's gonna level up Liliana again. This turn I'm obviously throwing away Thran Dynamo, since who knows when I'm gonna be able to cast that. All right, well, I'm in a much, much worse position all of a sudden. I really need to draw mana right now. This is a critical turn, because playing Duretti and making a token that he can just make me sacrifice and then have him crash in and kill the Duretti just feels extremely bad. Alright, thankfully I draw Polluted Delta finally. This is just a no-brainer Breya Slam. This is one of the examples where Breya is just such a powerhouse. The fact that it just makes so much board presence, blocks anything, and puts pressure on Planeswalkers, super insane. And it's an answer to his commander if I don't draw 5th mana to Treachery Head. I love the fact that Narset actually punishes his commander too. That's actually one of the cards that gave me hope in that other match. I had Narset out for a little while and prevented him from drawing 5 or 6 cards, and he still managed to win anyway. It's pretty demoralizing. Alright, oh shit, Dark Ritual. Okay, well I know it's not going to be Mind Twist, because between Liliana's activation and his mana, he could Mind Twist my whole hand, so it's going to be something a lot worse. Oh god. Oh, what is this? Karn Liberated. Good lord. Alright. Very glad to have Vindicate. So he's got a bunch of choices here. He can exile a card from my hand and make me discard the Liliana, and I think in his position I probably would have done that actually, because I think Karn at 10 counters is just so hard to deal with, versus just doing what he does, which is exiling my Breya. Yeah, so he makes me discard a card. At this point I've got both Mana Drain and Mana Leak in my hand. I'm going to throw away the Mana Leak, since I'm still clutching hope that Treachery is going to matter. And then he exiles Breya, which I'm completely fine with. Sure. It's great. It's 3 counters off of his dude. Alright. Serpapard comes in, and it's obviously attacking Narset. I have no reason to let Narset live, because I need these Thopters badly to keep Liliana pressured, so he doesn't get to use the ultimate on it. Alright, well, that's a pretty good turn for him. Let's see what happens. Alright. Okay, sorry about that, had to pause for a minute. Okay, so back to my turn. All that I can think through going through my head right now is please draw a land. And lo and behold, the deck delivers not just any land, but Strip Mine, which is pretty much the perfect land when your opponent has a red-based commander and he has only one source of red mana in play. So obviously I'm going to be using Strip Mine in the near future. The question is whether or not I use it this turn. And this is actually a really complicated turn. There's a lot of different options here. I can play Duretti. I can attack into one of the planeswalkers, probably Liliana, and then use Vindicate to kill something. Alternatively, I could send the Thopters into Karn Liberated, take it down to 1, and destroy the Liliana outright. Now, the problem with that plan is that Karn Liberated gets 4 counters a turn, and I cannot risk this thing even really leveling up 1 time, because once it gets 7, if I'm not able to get Breya to stick, and right now I can't recast Breya anyway, it could get out of control, and I could just wind up losing the game to it. So in my opinion, vindicating away the Karn is by far the top priority, and that needs to be done. And I can deal with Liliana in a more roundabout way because its incremental effect isn't nearly as powerful. So with that in mind, I'm going to play Strip Mine. I'm definitely going to just grab the Serpapard, get it off the board, giving me the ability to actually counter his creatures down the road, and also just to put more threatening stuff on the board to finish off his planeswalkers, and deploy the Duretti to kill off the Soul Ring. So I'm going to pay 5 mana here. This is an insane turn. Steal Serpapard. This is such a good example of why Treachery is just such an absolute bomb in this deck. Nate and I have kind of been on and off the fence about whether or not the card belongs in the deck, and he frequently pulls it, and I kind of I talk him back into using it again. And it's situations like this where the card is just so ridiculous. Just the tempo of being able to steal a creature, the only creature your opponent controls, pressuring their planeswalkers, or stealing their commander outright, and still getting all your mana back, sometimes under Winter Orb, is just ridiculous. It's such a powerful effect. And in this case, it is incredibly insane. The fact that I'm able to steal Serpapard and remove its ability, which is honestly hideous to deal with, and do it effectively for free. So this is the Vindicate, and I'm taking out Karn Liberated. I don't want to screw around with it. I'm going to send the Thopters in to hit Liliana, keep it from ultimating. And I'm just going to sit on 2 mana here, since I can still mana drain for 1 more turn. Pretty much no play that he can make here that I care about that much. I may have to throw away the mana drain, but that means that he has to play a card from his hand first, and I can just I can decide whether or not it's worth mana draining, whether or not I need to. He plays Mindstone. It's kind of the perfect card, actually, because it's a card that he can get out of his hand and then replace. Rather perfect. He makes me discard. So tough choice here, but I know that he can't follow up with the Dragon, and the Dragon's not even that scary anyway, given that I have Duretti. I feel like Duretti is just a permanent solution to everything he's going to do for the rest of the game. And with that in mind, alas, Mighty Mana Drain goes to the graveyard. He doesn't have any other play other than sacking his Mind Stone. His Lightning Bolt, God, it's so incredibly lucky to draw the Bolt, which allows him to kill off the Prowling Serpapard, and now I can't kill his Liliana, which I was completely counting on doing. And I was counting on just utterly wrecking him next turn, and I still can kind of do that, but not having the Serpapard really sucks. Oh well, I'll soldier onward. Brainstorm. Okay, well, play that. See what we get. Ooh, very nice. Spellseeker, Demonic Tutor, and Mana Confluence. Holy moly, look at that black, black, black. So juicy. Okay, well, I don't really need Spellseeker right now, since Demonic Tutor and a Necro kind of gets me all the cards anyway. So those 2 are going to go back. I'll draw the Demonic Tutor next turn anyway, so since I got bigger plans. So play Duretti here. Send the 2 Thopters into Liliana to shut it down. And then, post-combat, absolutely wreck his mana. Duretti and the Strip Mine collectively kill 3 mana, leaving him with just a little weak Liliana in play. Not looking too good for our hero here. Well, and by hero I mean Darth Sidious, but he's only the hero if you're a Sith, right? Black mana. Dusk Legion Zealot. The other guy played this in his deck too. I guess it's pretty good. It's kind of like a little mini Phyrexian Rager. Very, very good when you need little sack outlets. Target player sacks a creature. Yeah, protect your Liliana. That's fine. I'm not sure if I agree with that play. I think that getting rid of the Thopter is just not that useful right now. And considering it takes 2 counters off the Liliana, I think if the Liliana goes up to 4, it can still continue to harass me. And dropping it down to 1 counter is just not real effective against much of anything. Alright, so I want a Demonic Tutoring for here. Let's see here. No cards in hand, 37 life. What would you get? How about a draw, whatever, 9 effect? I can even make a token here to block his Dusk Legion Zealot if I want to. Just gonna draw a bunch. I think I dropped to 8. No, it's actually 9. Yeah, over Necro by 2 seems about right. No, 10. Perhaps it's 10. That's probably an average. I'm going to throw away 2 lands in 1 spell. Mind Twist, no good. Ooh. You know, I have yet to actually cast my Thieving Skydiver to steal anything but a pair of Lightning Greaves. I have not drawn it yet in any game where it really mattered early. Wasteland. Oh boy. Lookout World. Alright, Jete. Okay, well, this is pretty easy. Easy discard here. I'm just going to throw away 3 lands. Everything but the Wasteland. Keep the rest of everything since it's all good stuff. My opponent's prospects in this game dimming by the second. Green, black. Wow, Abrupt Decay. And he's killing Necro over Duretti. I can't say I agree with that play, but whatever. I'll just set aside 4 or 5 more in response. I think it's 4. 4 felt about right. Seems like getting my draw step back now. That's so insane. When your opponent kills your Necro when you're at well, 27 life, it's pretty amazing. All right, well, you can attack, and he sends that at me, and I don't even care at all since I want the sack food. Sure, I'll take 1 damage, and he makes me discard a card from his own hand too. Yeah, I don't think I need the Skydiver at this point. Actually, no, I guess I throw away Mind Twist since he has no cards in hand. He throws away Regrowth. Like, what are you doing, man? Like, regrow. His only chance in this game is to regrow something that makes mana. Like, regrow a land, right? Instead, he throws away the regrowth and casts Abrupt Decay on a Necro. But maybe that's just him kind of giving up on the game. Nice. Tezzeret the Seeker. Alright, I'm just going to Wasteland the Bayou. And at that point, with no cards in hand, down to a single swamp. Yeah, he's got 2 counters on this thing, but really, what's he going to do? I'm just going to cast Kill the Lotus and Umezawa's Jete and play another counter, and he's got, or play another token. He's got 1 land in play, and I'm going to neck her up and draw 3 or 4 more. Actually, I guess I've got 4 cards waiting in the wings. He taps out, which is totally understandable and brings this game to a close. So I thought this was an awesome game, actually. Felt very dicey in the middle, particularly when my opponent powered out all this stuff with his Vampire Tutor and so on, and cast Liliana the Veil, but I was never really terribly behind, and the fact that he was never able to resolve his dragon was key, I think, this game, even with the Serpa card. And I was able to just do go with the Containment Mana Destruction plan, and kept him pinned down, and that was enough. Hope you guys enjoyed that game. Got a bunch more Breya action coming up, so stay tuned.